This podcast is brought to you by The Pod Tower, hosted by the Watchtower database. Visit youtube.com/thepodtower for informative, hilarious DC animation-themed podcasts and live streams every week. And check out the Watchtower database for DCAU video essays, timelines, fan theories, and more. And please, enjoy the show. Should I put my drink right next to the soundboard?
You should drink your drink and put your empty cup in the sink or whatever.
Look how the sun shines.
Ew!
Oh, shit.
What the hell is that, man?
Do it. Do the thing you were doing.
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Ew!
Just continue. Look at the iridescent,
Why?
natural green.
Don't drink things that
in my
color,
body?
man.
It's like ecto cooler or something.
I did pull up and I
yeah.
said I want the blue one on the sign. This is clearly not the blue one, but it's still good.
Really? You
It's
asked
the
the
green
person at Dutch Bros for the
I
blue
wanted
thing?
the blue one.
You're like, can I get the blue? And they're like, absolutely not. But we're going to charge you double.
I can give you the green.
What was the flavor of the blue?
Well, this is blue raspberry.
No, it's not.
Sure it is.
And that's what the 21-year-old lady in the drive-thru told me it was.
Maybe she's colorblind.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a fair
could
point.
be. She thinks she works at a green Dutch Bros. It was actually not.
She says, hey, welcome to Dutch Bros. Our owners are billionaires. Did you know that little tidbit?
No, and thank you for making me.
And money is blue.
That's so true. Blue is the sky.
They're so rich, their money's blue.
Yeah, they got that monopoly. They got to the monopoly level where they couldn't get pink money and blue money.
That's how you
Whatever
can
they
spot
want.
billionaires in the wild, dear listener.
Is their money's blue?
Their money's blue, for real.
Do you have to? Are they showing it off often, or do you have to like ask them?
Yeah, no,
Hang
they're
on
just-
a second.
they just-
Can I
they're
see
like-
that?
They wear their clear wallets on the outside so you can see their blue money as a status
Oh,
symbol,
yeah,
let you
okay.
know that they're better than you.
They're wearing clear suit jackets that have a little pocket full of blue money.
See, the thing is, it's like the money's not valid if like a normie like you or I spend it, because like they'll be like, you're obviously not a billionaire. You can't spend this money here, and so no one will take it.
We wouldn't even know what to buy with it.
Where can you spend the blue money?
Yeah. Gap. That's the only place that accepts blue money. You might not know. Is it similar? Is it like Star Wars money, like blue milk, where they just have? I'm segueing into how John's here.
Okay.
John knows Star Wars.
I know milk.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
John's our milk expert that we brought on today. Actually, didn't have any necessary reason for why John's here. Like, we don't have John's. I guess you have. Well, I can't say anything yet because we haven't watched the episode. Well, I can't spoilers why John might be here, but maybe we'll pick up on it when we watch it. But
How about this? Hey, John.
Hey.
Good to see you, buddy.
that's why John's here,
Thank
because
you.
we
It's
like
so
him.
good to see you too.
Yeah, Jamie, do you want to give an intro, or John,
No.
do you want to give an intro, or are we just gonna
John,
like
can you
roll
read-
in with this?
You read this?
Oh yeah.
Not very well, but yeah.
Hang on, I can zoom in some for you. Is that better?
Yes, it is.
Okay, good.
Now,
Yeah, here, right? You're
Okay.
starting there. Yeah,
starting with greetings.
yeah.
Okay. Greetings, listener, and welcome to episode 139 of Jump on the Bat-Wagon.
Hey.
I'm James from the Watchtower.
hang on.
Yes.
That doesn't
Oh,
quite
yes.
work.
Oh, wait.
Yes,
That's
keep going.
me.
Keep going.
Oh, no, yeah, just do it.
Oh, I'm John from not the Watchtower YouTube channel, and I'm here to show my good buddy Brian the entire DC animated universe from start to finish for the very first time in the controversial Airdate order, so he may view these shows the way human beings experienced them in the far gone days of the 1900s.
Yes, that's very good.
And I'm
good.
Brian.
You get the big clap. Oh, yeah, you're Brian. And I'm James.
And I'm John.
And we know. Do you want to keep going?
Oh,
You
yeah,
can
I'll keep going.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. At the time of this recording,
Wait, you get, and then you pause
6:11
and
p.m.
press- Yeah. Mm-hmm.
TNBA is streaming
What does it stand for?
the
Uh-huh.
new
Uh-huh.
Batman Adventures.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's streaming on Max and available on DVD and Blu-ray. And if
Wait, hang on. You have to. Yeah, sorry. You have to.
That's
pause
not my
after
dogs.
Max.
They're not my dogs.
His dog's name is Max.
Oh, it's streaming on Max
My dog.
Yeah.
and available on DVD. Your dog?
No.
And Blu-ray.
Not quite. Yeah. DVD and Blu-ray is the other dog.
I thought you
Just
had three.
really thrown into the deep end here.
Yeah. Go do the podcast.
And if you'd like to follow along, you can head over to bit.ly/watchdcau. Link is in the show notes.
Thank you. Can you just do the rest of the podcast? I'll just say it.
Sure, yeah, you take a break.
Okay, cool. Today we're watching TNBA episode Critters. Your
right.
prediction last time, Brian, was there were a bunch of little guys stealing stuff. And I said, there are little guys, but they're not stealing stuff. And then I think you kind of gave up from then.
That
Do you want
sounds
to
like
give
me.
have you seen this episode, John? Do you remember anyway?
I think I have, but I won't know until I actually
then
watch
maybe
it.
I won't.
Wait a
make
minute. So you
guess
have
it.
some experience with the DCAU.
Yeah, tell us things. Tell us your entire oral history of, you know who Spider Conway is.
Yeah, I know who Spider Conway is. I watched a lot of the DCAU growing up. I'm not as familiar with it as James. I have definitely
No one
seen
is.
probably all of Batman the animated series and most of Justice League. Some Superman, but not as much.
Okay.
So
okay.
the goal the entire time here is to not. I mean, Brian knows there's a Justice League show, but we can't if there's anything past what we're watching that you know about, you don't talk about it.
I won't spoil.
Yeah, you don't say it.
Also, the whole oral history thing, I thought it was going to be something different. That's slightly less exciting, but
And
like,
give us your oral history as well.
Yes.
Who was your first? I think I know, but
It was James.
maybe I don't. I don't know.
No, you know. You
Okay,
know.
all right, cool, good. My oral history. No,
I think I know.
neither of us know Brian's, and that's fine. Well, I don't want to know.
that's true.
This first aired Friday, September 19th, 1998. We're now past September's. There was a bit there for where we were almost the exact same day as the day that it was. At 8:30 a.m. on Kids WB, directly after our last episode, Where There's Smoke, which was the Volcana episode. I don't know.
I was there. John wasn't there, but maybe he knows about it.
John was not
There was
there.
Human Torch games.
There were Human Torch games. I told him about it. This aired number 16 and produced number 14. Brian, I realized a couple days ago at dinner at my parents' house, my dad also says produced.
Oh, really?
We were having some sort of conversation about businessy things, and he kept saying produced. And I said, oh, you do it too. And then I did have a little conversation with him about it. Brian called me out on that hundreds of episodes ago. So I've tried really hard since then to say produced, like, and really get into it, or else
I feel like
normal guy.
like a person that says the word right. Yeah.
I don't know what like familyisms I do have, but there are things I actively don't say, like pizza instead of pizza.
Yeah, Washington.
Oh God.
Yeah. Critters. The story is by Steve Gerber, who previously wrote Father's Day, World's Finest Part Dos, and Love is a Crock, your favorite episode.
And baby food.
And he made the
famously.
I think we said that the first
Baby
his name
food.
came up. I'm so sorry.
Baby food and pocket knives. It's just what he does.
Oh, is that another Gerber industry?
There's a Gerber knife company.
Is it the same guy?
I hope so.
like
What a wild
actor
dichotomy.
salad dressing.
Can you imagine if it was like one dude is just like, man, I'm all about baby food. Baby food's great. Baby food and knives. Yes.
Pianos and motorcycles. Yamaha.
Written. Ew.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah. What the
that
fuck?
connection before. Episode was written by Joe R. Lansdale, who previously wrote the teleplay for Perchance to Dream, Read My Lips, and Showdown from BTAS, as well as the story for Identity Crisis, which was the first Bizarro episode. He was also the writer of Bubba Hotep, the movie with what's his name?
Oh my God.
Bruce Campbell
Campbell.
as Elvis. Yeah, in a Bruce Cannibal. Yes, in a homeless shelter, or not homeless shelter. Jesus, what am I saying? Old folks home.
Baby food and knives, Jamie.
Yeah, he was someone in some place in a movie. Directed by Dan Reba,
Hey.
our guy, our friend, our buddy.
Our buddy.
Music is by Shirley Walker, who I think has done all of the new Batman Adventures episode music so far. And animation is Coco Dong Yang, our favorite, our buddies, our guys.
Are they?
I don't know. We don't know them.
We don't even know you.
Coco Dong Yang. Yeah. Okay, John, this is the part where someone bought us, not you, but me and Brian, a coffee, but you still have to do the push-ups with us anyway.
John
you
should
didn't
get
go to
in
the
on
gym
the
today.
coffee.
So.
Nope, I didn't. So this is fine.
I mean, you can have a sip of my green liquid if you want to.
No, you need to give him a sip of your blue money is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true. Today's Yoppie Bevs. Let's see. What do I say? Head over. Can you read this?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Head over to the link in the description to send us the Yoppie beverage and support the show.
The Yoppie.
The only one. And we'll give you a shout out.
Mythical. Please, we've been looking for it for ages. Can you send us the Yoppie?
It's the holy grail.
Well, if you send them one, we'll give you a shout out in an upcoming episode and we'll plug your shit.
Yeah.
We'll also do a push up for every $1. So send us coffee for our health and for your entertainment. Today's Yoppie Bevs come to us from.
It's this one. This just in. It's Justin.
No.
It's just from Alabama.
No, not
He did
again.
He did not buy 25, so we have to do 100 push-ups. He only bought 5. So I have to do 25 push-ups.
Okay.
He says, hey, y'all, been loving the pod. Wanted to plug my Insta in case anyone out there wants to see cat pics. We do. It's at just.in.time355. Love all the opinionated Bri moments. Makes the good episodes of the DCAU mean so much. Happy yapping. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. And also,
I hope all the
glad to, a quick aside there. I'm glad that you are okay and that the storm missed you. But like, seriously, all of our thoughts going out to everybody in the Southlands who have to deal with minor inconveniences or major tragedies. I hope you guys are all doing okay.
We hope everybody listening is fine.
25 push-ups?
Yeah.
Push-ups of friendship.
Oh, Brian's already doing them. I guess we just find a space.
Okay.
Find a space. I'll do them on my knees, kind of.
7,
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22,
It's just a moment can find
24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33,
18,
34, 35, 36,
20,
37, 38,
25.
39,
1,
40 is enough.
2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you, Justin. We love you, Justin.
Thank you, Justin. I didn't get a beverage, but I did get to do some push ups.
Yeah.
I was going to do push-ups until you reached 25, but I got to 40 and got very tired.
I'm Brian.
Hi.
My arms are strong. And now I'm out of breath as I say, let's go watch the episode and then we'll come back and talk about it.
Justin's always good for getting us on the struggle bus.
Okay.
But yeah,
let's
go
do 100 push-ups.
cat pics. There's some tattoos on there and some other, I think there's some DCAU stuff on there, right?
I don't know. I mean, I know. I follow him. Okay, here we go.
Killer chickens, giant cattle. What the heck's going on?
Remember that microbiologist they used to call Farmer Brown?
Howdy.
Good Lord.
50 million in unmarked bills. The docks tonight or the bugs come back for good.
50 million?
One person brings money, no tricks, no surprises, no Batman.
Hey, he ate my donut.
Holy cow, Brian. I was going to say it, but came back anyway, and then John said it toward the end of the episode as it was ending, just very quietly. Holy cow.
That's purdy.
Now,
That was a whole lot of something.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
Yeah.
John, we usually make the guest tell us the synopsis of the episode. I wanted to, before we watched the episode, I was starting to say how you're like big Star Wars guy, but then the other maybe more applicable reason for you being on this episode that is coincidental is you're like big animal guy.
Yeah.
You worked at a
Especially
pet store for a
big
long
animals
time.
like are in this episode.
Yeah, you love those 6 foot tall pigs and whatever.
And the 15-foot chicken vulture.
Chicken pterodactyls, yeah.
Something.
They're not very chickeny. I'm just gonna come out the gate and say that.
Yeah. Maybe they all have Jurassic Park isms because he's like, oh, praying manti, don't look over. Everyone stand still. Their vision's based on movement. I know this for some reason. Anyway, I'll press this button. We play this little song.
Sing up, if you're wondering. Sing up, what you just watched. Sing up,
I am wondering.
Take a listen to the synopsis. The short summary, which is sometimes kind of long.
All right. Yeah.
So
So,
tell me it happened.
so
this
yeah, it
episode.
starts off with Farmer Brown finishing apparently an hour-long speech about
That was the best little
about
thing,
his giant farm animals before he does the big reveal.
Yeah.
There's like 10 people there maybe to watch this
Yeah.
presentation. So he reveals the gigantic cow that immediately escapes from its prison and goes on a rampage.
Yeah.
It was just the Frankenstein thing, right? It was like flashing lights, and then the cow just lost his fucking mind.
Oh yeah,
It went fire bad and broke out of its prison. Yeah.
yeah. It started trying to kill everybody there. Bruce, quick thinking, he pretended to jump out of a window, but used the curtain to like mask the animal, and it ran into a wall, I think.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to presumably later, and Bruce is on a date with somebody that he does not remember the name of.
Presumably, it said 2 years later.
Oh, 2 years
on
later.
I think,
screen.
it was
Okay.
1 year.
1 year? It was
Some amount of time later.
A large amount of time. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on a date. Yeah.
Doesn't
yeah.
remember her name. She looks offended, and then says she sees a bug, I think, right?
Oh, old lady.
Oh,
Sees
the
a
old lady.
bug.
The old
sees
lady
bug,
did.
who's also at the restaurant.
And then the waiter, smiling, says, "In your salad?" He has a big grin on his face when he says, like he's excited. Oh, hell yeah. I've been waiting for this moment.
I
And
just
then
fucking
he
love
turns
bugs.
around, and there's a 6-foot bug behind him, a giant mantis. And it turns out there's, 6 of them, and they're going on a rampage, tearing up cars, almost killing a bunch of people. They destroy this kid's bike and destroy his backpack.
That
Rude
kid
to
was
that
a
kid.
raw
He was
deal.
biking down an alleyway that they were right on his tail. And then he went, whoa, what? As they're behind him. Where did these come from?
So Bruce springs into action, turns into Batman. He
He just goes, in his Batman off screen. Yeah.
conveniently, they're right next to a giant truck of pesticide, which he shoots out of a gun at them. It doesn't seem to really do anything. He fights with them a little bit, and then he kicks one in the chest, and they all die.
Yeah.
And he brings back the arms to the Batcave and does like some kind of genetic testing on it to reveal that it was like a. I don't even understand the logic of this.
Describing any of this is so ridiculous. He brings the arms back to the Batcave.
Somehow he
Just
deduces
quite the
that the
sentence.
bugs were like some sort of initiation, like
They were the
a
bug
false-
version of a warning shot.
Yeah, it was a warning. That's right.
Bug warning.
Why didn't he just send the real ones at that point? Why did he have to do warning ones? If they were the real ones, they could have killed a bunch of people.
Because he needed Batman to know. I don't know.
He needed plot armor or something.
Yeah.
So then it cuts to Farmer Brown's lair, I believe, which it looks like it's a farm, but it's really Andy's room from Toy Story underground on an island.
Yeah.
And his daughter or sex slave or I don't know.
Very confusing, never explained. It is his daughter canonically, but
It's taboo, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Also,
not
wait a
okay.
minute. Are you telling me that she's not a creation, like a robot or something?
Well, she says it when later when Batgirl kicks her in the tits and she just stands there and we said titanium, or I said titanium tits, and we were just talking.
No, we
about,
all said it.
We all said it at the same time. We all knew. And she, while we were saying that, I were saying that, she said like, oh, beef steroids or something like that. So he was like injecting her or feeding her some sort of experimental shit to make her
just because you're strong doesn't mean that your mass is significant enough that somebody jumping from a windmill to like drop kick you in the tits
just
isn't gonna
praying
phase
mantises exist in this form in this episode.
Okay, continue.
Do you have many?
Sorry.
That's not how this works. Yeah.
So then he releases 2 more bulls on the city, right? They're also giant. Well, actually, one is they're both bulls, but one has an udder.
I thought I was confused about that too. I thought, do female cows have horns? I don't think so.
Does
either or? Yeah.
Does
he's messing with the genetics enough? Yeah.
I mean, were they udders or was it a collection of dicks?
That's true. It was sort of been, simplified, hard to tell.
Just a swarm of dicks.
There's your episode title, Jamie. Swarm of dicks.
That, but I don't know. I don't think we could do that. Critters are ball of dicks. I don't know.
So they're smashing stuff up. Robin and Batgirl come in and are kind of they come in the Batmobile, right?
Yeah.
And it's very ineffective. The bull just like shoves it to the side and it spins around like 8 times before slamming into a building. And both of them are just like, this is whatever. This is cool.
Batman's like, are you guys okay? And Robin's like, oh, not really, I guess. And then the Batmobile's like 10 feet off the ground and slams into a building. And they're just so casually like, whoopsie.
He's like, you know what, Batman, I've had better days.
The chickens are terrorizing the giant police zeppelin.
Yeah. You were so like, I think, caught off guard by there being a blimp, but it's just such a common thing.
Yeah. What a waste of money.
I love that your comment is that we're spending our tax dollars on.
Yeah, that's just such a waste. There's so much better things they could be spending that on.
Stopping the Joker. Ever. Yeah.
So the blimp is going down. Batman, he distracts the chickens, and the pilots are able to like land it on top of a building.
I totally missed what happened to the blimp. I just figured it crashed into the ground.
They landed it on top of a building.
Oh, that's why you
didn't have a door.
Okay,
yeah. So they have to get another blimp to pick those guys up.
It just happens over and over. All the rooftops are littered with blimps.
So the Batgirl, like she uses the rope to lasso the bull, and it goes into like some wet cement.
One of them.
Yeah. And then I think Robin is being chased by the other one and goes inside of a building. It smashes inside. Oh yeah, that's right. A bull in a china shop. Yeah, that was funny. And around this time he says "Holy cow!" Right?
Oh, he said that in the Batmobile, and then he said, "That's a lot of bull when they're in the."
No, he toros. That's when he toros it into the building, and then Batgirl comes up with like the cement truck or whatever, and like smiles at its ass.
Pins it in.
Like really close to its ass.
Or she just drives into its butt and then just sits in there smiling.
And if it were realistic, there would be a lot of gross detail there. But
you see the shot that we see of her pinning it and then smiling, and then you do like the B shot where it's over her shoulder, and you just see a windshield and the world's biggest asshole
slapping over and over. Yeah, she's using the windshield wipers.
Are you gonna TikTok that one, Jamie? I'd love to see that.
I have to draw the other half of that. Make John draw the other half of that.
So then I think it goes to Commissioner Gordon's.
You skipped the barbecue stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Which you didn't understand what was happening, I guess.
Oh, yeah. So so Batman, I think, is being chased by the chickens, and he goes inside a factory with tanks that are labeled B, B, and Q, which I didn't put together until later that it was barbecue. And then, the chickens slam into one of the tanks, and barbecue sauce goes all over it.
Yeah.
Or so we presume.
There's a triv that I'll get to, but I mean, I could just say it now about that scene where originally it was going to be
blood,
fry grease or whatever. Like they would fly into that, it would pop out, and then it would fry the chickens. Like that's how they would get killed. And then BSNP was like, no, too graphic, can't do that. So then they changed it to barbecue sauce, but then incidentally, it just winds up looking like blood, which is what you thought it was. Because you're like, okay, B-type blood, B-type blood, Q-type blood. What the fuck is that? They're like barbecue. And you're like, yeah, I know, but it took you a bit of it, yeah. So it didn't work at all. Like it didn't, the premise of it was also very much reminding me of that Simpsons. There was like a controversy about Disney Plus Simpsons being in widescreen and cutting off the top and bottom of the image. And there was like a whole episode where the sight gag was the Duff factory has like one big tube of Duff beer going into 3 different tubes that are labeled like Duff, Diet Duff, and something else. So it's all the same thing. Yeah. And the exact angle with the tanks and everything of the BBQ was like the same exact, like I could put it up against that as like the same background almost. It's just very like, actually it's all the same thing. Q is just more barbecue sauce. But, yeah.
I think the big question there is not what was in the vats, but more, you get a chicken vulture thing, it crashes into the queue, he gets covered in sauce, and then Batman's just like, fuck yeah.
Done.
And he leaves, and there's 2 guys on a catwalk going, what the fuck? In the background.
Wasn't there
I'll never explain this.
4 or 5 of the chickens too? What happened to all the rest of them?
He put nets around them.
Remember? Oh yeah, they got netted, they got pinned to the bridge.
The rocket nets.
2 of them got dumped in the river.
So they drowned to death.
Yeah. Yep.
The sequence was he shoots 2 rockets that immediately form a net, and it drowns one of them.
It pinned that one to a bridge.
Oh, that's right. It pinned it to the bridge. And then, I said, I thought he was just going to shoot a rocket at it. And we were debating whether or not he would break his kill rule to kill, mutant animals or whatever. And then right at that moment, 2 more rockets come out and shoot off without becoming a net. That was like, oh, fuck, is he just going to blow up the other 2? And then at the last second, those also turn into nets and then drown one of them. And then
but
the other
different
one
types of
and,
nets.
Yeah.
One's a volleyball net, the first one. And the second
like
2 are like
tennis court,
Yeah, and the second ones are just like nets with the weights
has
on
an
the
arsenal of different nets for different scenarios.
And he already had those in the jetpack for whatever reason, because he didn't expect to be chased by chickens. He was already flying around. So
like mighty convenient to have my net gun on hand.
And it turns out he did break the kill rule. It just depends on how he defines animals. I don't think he thinks that bugs are animals for some reason.
Yeah,
because he kills a lot of bugs in this episode.
He beheads it. Yeah.
This is this is just Helldivers. I love it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Batman flying around you again. Hear the boom, 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 boom. It's just yet another scene for me to put that music to. Post barbecue sauce.
So
John.
it goes to Commissioner Gordon's office. Batman steps out of the shadows. And remember that Farmer Brown guy? I think this has something to do with. He used to be called Farmer Brown. I don't know what he goes by now. I just know he used to go by Farmer Brown. The door opens and there's a dark figure there. It walks into the light and it's revealed to be a goat. Has some weird like stuff on its face, and it starts talking.
Yeah, in English. Yeah.
And everyone is horrified,
slight corpse paint,
including the audience. It's just a eldritch horror.
Yeah. Howdy. It's saying.
I think it tells them where to go to find Farmer Brown's island, right?
I think
can't
just
remember exactly.
Oh no,
it tells them to follow them and to bring $50 million. Yeah, which is $95 million in 2024.
Thank you for looking.
I had to look it up.
This is inflation. The tiny Tic Tac box,
which that's a lot of money, but it's like. It's not that much for the crimes that he's committing, right?
Well, the whole time when he's being sentenced at the start of the episode, and they're like, "You can no longer do this thing," and he's like, "We're going to be out of money." And you're like, "Wouldn't we be spending more money to do these experiments than to not?"
He could just be a normal farmer. He could, he has all that shit down there. He could do normal farming stuff.
No, but he's insane or something. I don't know.
Did anyone try to eat any of these animals? Did they taste good? What was the point of him making them big? To feed more people?
Maybe that was the initial intention with Big Sheep Cow at the start. And then when everyone pissed him off, he just went, well, I'm just going to murder everybody instead.
I'm willing to bet he's just got a Paul Bunyan kink. To all of our non-American,
Paul Bunyan.
to all of our non-American listeners, Paul Bunyan is a like mythical or whatever you would say. Not mythical. He's like a
folk tale or whatever.
Folk tale of like a giant lumberjack, and he also has a giant blue ox
drink. Yeah,
green ox, right?
Green. Yeah, it was green last time I checked. Yeah. He's got Paul Bunyan's a guy with a transparent coat with blue money.
Blue the green ox.
Mythical billionaire Paul Bunyan. I think that's the
title.
People just look at that like, what the fucking hell is it? Anyway,
what's the other cop's name? I can't remember his name.
Harvey Bullock.
Oh yeah. So he brings the money. He follows the goat to the lair, and they kidnap him, I guess.
Yeah, he's stowed away on the boat or whatever.
Yeah.
He was water skiing behind the boat.
Right. We just didn't get to see it.
So Farmer Brown tells the daughter, I can't think of her name now.
I don't think they say.
Oh, okay.
Maybe if
unnamed
they do,
female
it's
character
once.
number one. He tells her to feed or turn him into pig slop. And she throws him.
Memorable phrase she used. Yeah.
She throws him into the mud, which is, it's shit. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And then the mutant pig comes out of nowhere. Like there was like a full shot of the area before, and the pig wasn't standing there. And then all of a sudden, the pig is there, and it tries to kill him. And then Batgirl and Robin somehow foil the pig. I think they trip it, and he goes sliding. Robin slams down onto its mouth, so he can't use his mouth as a weapon. I'd be more concerned about its tusks, honestly. The mouth doesn't look that dangerous.
The having experiences with normal sized pigs, and maybe even a smaller than normal sized pig, the density, how heavy a normal pig is. That pig was 10 times the size of a normal pig, and 2 foot tall Robin and petite as fuck Batgirl jump down on it and go no, and it slides into the. I guess they tranquilize it, don't they?
Yeah, he does tranquilize it. He shoots 3 tranquilizers.
Yeah.
One goes into its eyelid, of all things.
That was weird.
That frame of the 3, I think it was 3, tranquilizer darts hitting it in the bridge of its nose up to its eyeball, and Batgirl grimacing on its back, is in the DVD box set of this show as a featured image. And I when I first bought that, not having seen this episode of that time, I was like, what in the fuck is this?
Of all the things they could have shown.
Villain is this big pink monster that I can only see a tenth of its face. I don't understand.
Oh, you talking about Pigman?
Yeah, I'm talking about Pigman. Pig-man.
Or it's Man-Pig, maybe. I don't know.
Pig. Yeah.
So Farmer Brown's like, what was that sound? And they turn around
10 feet away from them. Yeah. She has to sprint over there to figure it out. Yeah.
So they start fighting Batgirl and Robin. Batman shows up and starts fighting Farmer Brown. They get their ass kicked by Farmer Brown, honestly. This old mulleted dude with a pitchfork, he kicks all of their asses.
Yeah.
Almost kills Batman. And then I think they kidnap Robin and Batgirl, somehow have them pointed at the literal stake.
I don't know that they showed Batgirl getting defeated. They just showed him holding the Emmylou, I think is her name, holding Robin. And then Batman went, well, I give up, and dropped his shit. And then the next shot, all 3 of them are in the silo with Harvey Bullock. I don't know what happened to Batgirl. I guess she just got kicked hard enough off screen and we didn't see it. Yeah.
So it's revealed that, they go in the silo. They trap them in there. It's revealed that it's actually a missile that's going to be shot into Gotham City in the Central Park. It's filled with bugs these are the real bugs this time, not the test bugs. And the real bugs are going to feed upon the citizens of Gotham.
These ones aren't going to automatically fall apart after 5 minutes.
Yeah. So
Brian's just losing his mind. This all happened in the episode, believe it or not.
It's a lot of stuff, honestly.
I'm just listening to it being told again. It's just becoming more and more. And then remembering what happens next. And oh my God.
So Farmer Brown tells Emmylou,
yeah,
we have 1 minute to get to the boat. So they go to the boat, which I was trying to count. It seemed like it was probably about a minute. They did that pretty good. And the rocket starts blasting off. One of the bugs comes down and starts trying to kill everybody. Batman tricks it into destroying the door of the missile. So they are all able to escape out of the missile. Everyone except for Batman runs out of the building. Batman gets into the destroyed truck and very artfully, and he
does the world record U-turn.
And leaps off of a pile of dirt and smashes it through the door of the rocket.
The door of the currently,
which kills 2 or 3 bugs. By the way, he directly kills bugs there.
Bugs,
the missile gets into the air. Then it shows Emmy Lou and Farmer Brown in their boat, and she says, "Oh, isn't it purty?" And then the missile explodes.
What caused it to explode? Just truck hitting it.
I think the
explosion.
Truck, the truck was on fire. I think when it went in there.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
There was fire.
It just enough damage was done. So it explodes, and all the debris from the missile conveniently just lands all around the boat, and it rocks it enough that it sinks, and they go into the water.
Which I thought killed them, but then they're there.
Yeah.
Batman
Probably should have
indirectly killed them. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Batgirl says, "Oh, isn't it purty?"
Yeah.
She says
reddish.
now that's purty.
Oh, now that's purty.
Yeah.
Which
that's right.
She wouldn't have heard them on the boat.
No,
she was not within earshot
Absolutely
of
not.
her saying, "Isn't that purty?"
She was
maybe she said it earlier off camera, when they had them kidnapped. Yeah,
I thought that too, though. How did she well, I'm gonna turn what you said back on you. I read your lips through binoculars or something. I have no idea. Yeah. Although she was currently escaping the Andy's room basement whenever Emmy Lou said that too. So I don't know. She's just really good. Yeah.
But then they're in prison and the episode ends.
And there's a caca on the island. There's a
that's
crow.
right.
Rooster crows, yeah.
Inferring that there's still mutant animals in there, I guess, that are starving to death,
and that's also such a tiny Alcatraz chunk of island that's just out there that nobody noticed before for 2 years or whatever.
And the police resources are already so extended that they can't go and investigate and clean it up.
We have too many blimps. We can't afford a boat to go out there. Okay, let me tell you the official synopsis. It's one sentence from TV Guide and such. Farmer Brown's up to no... Okay, there's no punctuation besides the apostrophe in Farmer Brown and the period at the end, so let me try to do this in one breath.
Hell yeah.
Farmer Brown's up to no good scientifically as he creates overgrown farm animals with which he assaults Gotham City in retribution of his strange growth project being taken away from him.
It wasn't taken away from him, though, was it? It was just... You can't make money off of this.
I don't know what the judge.
Well,
really
they can't
did.
make this public.
They didn't take it away. Yeah, they didn't take anything away from him because he continued to do his experiments. But they said
they were just this is unethical. This is gross.
Yeah.
Well, I do like that it starts off also with Farmer Brown's up to no good scientifically. First of all, who's Farmer Brown? You're naming him like a character we've met before, and then second, up to no good. Scientifically, he was to prepare.
He's doing.
He was a microbiologist, by the way, which is, I guess, sort of makes sense. But I feel like he should have been a geneticist, or I don't
also
know.
in the medical field, so he has good expertise on big animal episode.
And I mean, what was he doing? Didn't they say that Emmy Lou just took steroids?
Yeah.
So is he just feeding them steroids?
I don't know. He has a gun with green in it that he puts in the big cow.
Blue.
Oh, sorry. He puts it in the big cow to put it to sleep or something at the start.
Yeah.
I don't know what that concoction is. But
he's off to green pastures.
Blue pastures.
Blue pastures.
we still see the right color, but we just renamed it. Yeah. So this is a very infamous episode of the show.
Good.
Believe it or not.
I believe it.
In terms of it's very divisive of you either love this episode or you absolutely hate this episode. I have never been able to hate it in that there's nothing that makes me upset. Okay, upset in the way of come on, you didn't even try writer or director or whatever, because we've had a lot of episodes where it was so dry and boring and nothing was happening. The bad guy sucked, the writing was awful, the animation was awful. Like nothing in this episode was like that. It was just such a weird fucking time that it was like it felt multiple times. I thought the vibe was like some kind of like Toon Disney show or some weird like mid 2000s child's cartoon that is not anywhere like near a superhero show. Like it was just a very
it didn't feel very
bizarre
TNBA.
Yeah,
or like, BTAS for that matter.
Someone mentioned it in the comments. I don't remember who it was. Maybe we'll get to it in mail. But it was about thinking that this felt more like a Superman type of scenario.
Totally.
But then Superman would also just like rip to shreds any of these animals in 2 seconds.
Like very low stakes for Superman.
Yeah, he would just heat vision the giant bugs. He would like whirlwind the cows away or something. He'd just pick them up and put them on, somewhere else, and then the Superman theme would play. And these
an island.
Yeah, if Batman could kill 6 of them with one kick, imagine what Superman could do.
Superman lightly flicks them and they just explode. All their bits are everywhere. Yeah. I mean, I can't really ask you, like, because we'll get to top 10 later, Brian, but like,
I can tell. I know where you're going with this. And
rough takeaway. I don't know.
I'm in the same boat as you. I think a lot of listeners, if I can make a guess on the Discord, we're probably saying that this is Bry's going to hate this episode.
There was much of that prediction. Yes.
Yeah. I don't hate it. Surprisingly,
okay.
I don't like it. Like I
would not watch it again.
I was very happy to have the two of you because I think this is one of those like get drunk and watch it with your friends kind of shows.
Yeah,
it's bizarro.
Yeah, it's just it's just so strange. But I don't hate it because it's not. Well, no, it's bad. It's bad, but I don't hate it. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
It feels like a different show, like James was saying.
Yeah.
When we go through these episodes for the podcast, I haven't purposely, like, unless it's one that's like really near and dear to me or like a Christmas episode or something that I'm going to watch every year or whatever. I'm purposely not watching any of these since whenever the last time I watched it was before we do this. So it was sometimes ones will come up that I thought were better before, and then I'll be like, oh wait, now that I'm looking at it with a more like critical eye, like this isn't very good. Mm-hmm. But and then also the reverse, where sometimes I appreciate some of the bad stuff more. But this one is like always stuck out as such an outlier to it. We have like a running meme on the Watchtower database about this episode being like the best thing ever, and it being like you can't ever say anything bad about Critters, like Critters is amazing and blah blah blah, because it's all like mostly a joke. But there's also elements of that it's not a joke because there are bits of this. I don't particularly like the whole sequence with the bulls (S plural) and the chickens. Like that whole chunk is just a bunch of action for action's sake or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's so many ridiculous moments, like the goat stands out as such a like memorable and like
why does the goat
talk kind of thing? Yeah,
and why does it have his voice?
It is sort of genuinely surprising.
Yeah,
there was something. Expect it.
I don't think I included this in the tribs because it was like really minor, but it was something about the writer saying like he'd been asked before, like, can the goat just speak English? And it was like, no, he was like, that was like implanted into him the one thing that he was needed to say to Commissioner Gordon and Batman. Like, so they couldn't like ask him more information or whatever. It's just a goat, and it's just got this like disgusting, weird experimental thing done to its brain.
He does say howdy twice, right?
3 times.
Oh, 3 times. Yeah. So is it kind of like a Pokemon where it can say this one thing as much as it wants?
I mean, it made me think of, I think
but
it's
then
like
it says several sentences.
Well, yeah, I think it's like that super early Family Guy episode where whoever is like,
Brian.
Oh, you speak English? Like, no, just that last sentence and this one explaining it.
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Like, if it was just like put like a speaker around its neck and there's just like, an audio recording
creepy
that's looping
moment
or something.
Like, it breaking into the thing and just being in silhouette and like, oh God, this is going to be such a horrific, scary thing. And then it's just this weird, uncomfortable.
Wait, okay. Real talk.
Yeah.
I thought the shadowy figure that stole Bullock's donut was Batman.
Yeah.
And he was just going to be like hanging out, looking out the window and then like sneakily pull it up and like take a chomp out of it.
Yeah. Well, and it is good that Bullock then, like they took my donut, like as if that's the most important thing. And they just like give him a eyebrow. Yeah. I don't know. I always just feel like there's a lot of memorable stuff in this. So it doesn't get my bottom 10 approval or whatever. Like I'm not allowing you to put it on the bottom 10, but apparently it doesn't seem like you want to put it on the bottom 10. So.
No, because this is like, again, this is one to watch. It's not a good one, but it's one to watch.
It's one to
it's a spectacle,
skip. Yeah. That's a very good way to describe it. Yeah, like you have to see it. You can't skip Critters if you're going to do a watch through. Yeah, and you're not allowed to skip Critters. You have to.
I'm pretty excited to see what the listener has to say about it.
Yeah. Well, let's get to the cast of this episode.
Yeah,
is Kevin Conroy as Batman / Bruce Wayne. He was Bruce Wayne in this episode. They're always slash their secret identity and a lot of the time. So we have Matthew Valencia as Robin / Tim Drake. He wasn't Tim Drake in this. Correct. And Tara Cherendoff, who will become Tara Strong, as Batgirl / Barbara Gordon. I don't believe she was Barbara Gordon.
She was
in
not.
This. No. Peter Breck as Farmer Brown. This is his only DCAU acting credit.
Come on.
He's only acted in 3 other things after this episode before his death in 2012.
Oh.
He was 82 when he died. He was 69 when Critters aired.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool. In a ton of Westerns throughout the 50s through 80s was what I've put for the stuff he's done, because I didn't recognize any of the names, but it makes sense. His voice is very suiting for that.
Are you telling me
that's why
he didn't voice the goat?
I think he must have.
I think he did too. It sounded like
exactly
his voice.
The same. Yeah.
But he's not credited for goat.
No, he's not credited for goat.
Fuck.
That was his big break. Yeah. Dina Sherman as Emmy Lou, one of 2 DCAU acting credits. She's mostly known for anime. We interviewed her a couple of years ago. Dan Reba actually, she contacted Dan on LinkedIn to try and get a demo reel of her 2 DCAU characters, and he got us in contact with her to do an interview, and it was the most obscure interview we've ever done on the channel. It was just this woman that says 5 things in this episode. She's in Bleach and Naruto and Card Captors. She's a bunch of Digimon on Digimon. She was in Rurouni Kenshin, and she was additional voices on Duckman Private Dick.
Yes!
Which is a very common show that comes up in this.
We've never seen it, by the way,
Have you ever seen Duckman
John?
Private Dick? Yeah, we've never watched it.
I do not think I have.
We have Robert Costanzo as Detective Harvey Bullock.
Get up on the hybrid flag! Get up on the hybrid flag!
John appreciates that. He's the voice of Phil in the Kingdom Hearts games, so that's why we play that. He had a couple of, whenever she throws him into the pig slop shit, he goes whoa! I can't do a good impression.
He had
a
lot
very
of good voice acting bits in there.
It was a very Phil sounding whoa as he was being thrown into the mud, I must say.
Yeah, you must.
Bob Hastings as Commissioner Gordon. Jane Singer as Old Woman. There's a bug. This is her only DCAU acting credit. She's Commander Shepard's mother, Hannah Shepard, in the Mass Effect games, was one of her big things on IMDb. Princess Sarah in one episode of Animaniacs, which I only put for you, Brian. I don't know who Princess Sarah is.
I don't know.
She played, so she was Old Woman in this episode. She played Woman in Acts of Violence, Woman in one episode of A Different World, and Woman at Fire in one episode of Dynasty. So she's constantly cast as nameless woman. I think it was during the World's
she's
Finest.
Named.
Yeah, she's Old Woman here. During the live podcast, I think, is when we had whoever was just taxi driver, cab driver, cabbie, etc.
Oh,
a million things. So if I see a pattern, I try to write it down. Dorian Harewood as Judge. He was previously Dan Riley in The Forgotten. That was the bald guy that was imprisoned with him in the hot boxes. Mm-hmm. And Ron Troop in La Sac and The Hand of Fate. He was a Daily Planet reporter man.
Cool.
And last, we have Phil Hayes as Sergeant, who in the Blu-ray credits is misspelled as Segent. Segent. Previously Guard in Feeding Time and Blaine in Tools of the Trade, who is the guy he's wearing those big energy hand gloves that Kanto the Apocalyptian energy hand gloves, and Superman grabs the energy hands and breaks the fingers, and then the man's fingers break. Do you remember that?
I remember the bodily harm. Yeah.
yeah. I figured you might. Okay.
What about the woman that Bruce was out on a date with? Did she not have a line?
I mean, maybe
She
she
did have
was.
a line.
No, that's not old woman. So I don't know. She did say something. Yeah, she did talk. I don't know who that was. She doesn't get credited, I guess. Maybe it was also Jane Singer or Robert Costanzo. I got decent sized trips, so I'm just going to rattle them off.
Okay.
Bruce Timm has said he thought Steve Gerber's original outline for the episode was literally making fun of Batman. But writer Joe R. Lansdale has said he liked Gerber's framework. Joe said in an interview with us, I don't think it made fun of Batman so much as it made fun of Batman in the same way that the old TV show did, like the Adam West show.
Yeah.
It was sort of a loving camp approach. Bruce Timm echoed that in the story of this episode is something out of the 1960s Adam West show, except it's all played straight. Farmer Brown and his jacked up daughter, Emmy Lou Brown, resemble some of the villains created for the 60s TV series. The giant bugs and weird critters in the episode come straight out of Silver Age Batman comics. The episode features incredibly convenient gadgets, puns, and necessary deadly death trap. The villain taking Batman's utility belt, and even Robin making a pun that starts with holy. So just a lot of influence from that show. Robin actor Matthew Valencia, also in an interview with us, said that the holy cow line is one of his favorites of his in the entire series.
I appreciate that he appreciates a pun.
Yeah, I mean, he got to do a holy line as Robin. I think if you played Robin and you got to do that you would feel good about it.
Mm-hmm.
On the audio commentary, Bruce Timm said that it was only one of a select few chosen episodes to do a commentary on because the creative team liked the episode and wanted to stick up for it as it was very unpopular with fans. We actually like this episode, but the fans hate it.
Oh, wow.
Like I said, I hadn't seen this episode until I got the DVDs, and I remember I binged the entire series in like a day.
Oh
so
my
it
God,
just
Jamie.
flew past me as like, that was a weird one. Well, moving on, and didn't stick with me at all. But well, I think it'll stick with you probably, Brian.
Oh, for sure. Maybe it'll stick with John too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The writer, Joe Lansdale, we wanted to make it distinct from Batman the Animated Series. It's like usual. You have something good, and the producers and stuff say, how can we pour a big quart of piss in this? And that's exactly what happened. He also has like a Farmer Brown accent, Joe Lansdale does.
Oh.
So when this was in our interview with him, he's how can we pour a big quart of piss in this? Like, it was really good. That's exactly what happened. So I thought, okay, if you're going to do this and make it less than what's before, I'm going to turn it into something good. But it is going to be a parody of what you're looking for. It was a loving parody, though. I loved it. I thought it was a comedy. That's probably the best way I can tell you. I wrote it as a comedy. I remember thinking when I was writing it, they're not going to make this one.
I'm wasting my time.
Joe Lansdale's been up there talking about critters for a whole hour and nothing happened. When describing how he landed the job to write this script, Joe Lansdale explained the guy that invented Howard the Duck came up with the idea. That's Steve Gerber. And I guess he had sketched it out, and for whatever reason, he didn't write the script. I don't know why, but they thought, who else is as crazy as this guy? So they got me. So remember, this is the guy that wrote both Perchance to Dream, which was one of the best, most deep, thought-provoking BTAS episodes, and also Bubba Hotep. So, I don't know. He's got a
Homeboy's all over the place.
Yeah. He's stated multiple inspirations for the episode, including H.G. Wells's The Food of the Gods and How It Came to Earth. It's a book. Conceptually, it's about how to produce more food, make it larger, which we do. We do that. And this was just an extrapolation in critters.
So this is just GMO animals.
Yeah, I guess.
I love it.
Big grain. Movies. Them, 1954, which has giant praying mantises. The Deadly Mantis, 1957, and Reptilicus, 1961. I grew up on all those old horror films like The Deadly Mantis. It was about a giant mantis tearing down toy trucks. His own personal experience as a goat farmer helped shape the script as well.
I heard him talk.
I swear to God, one day he came up to me going, howdy, howdy. So I put that in the Batman episode.
Might have had a little something to do with the amount of mushrooms I had that morning, but
Yeah, I was putting the GMOs in them as well. He also has an underground Truman Show base where he does all his writing.
I pretty much just wrote this episode after my own life.
Based on my life, yeah.
It's quite literal.
My daughter who calls me daddy.
Literally everything that happened in this episode is taken from my diary.
Yeah. Including I Fought Batman. All of the critters were designed by Keo. I think it's Thonkum. Thonkum. I don't fucking know.
I agree with that pronunciation.
From the audio commentary, Keo came by, showed us his profile, and it had some of the weirdest designs in it I've ever seen in an animation portfolio. We didn't really think we could use them on the show. We didn't think his style would work for what we were doing on the show, and we remembered Keo, and I said, hey, why don't we get that Keo guy to come in and design the monsters for us? So that's what we did. We hired Keo on a freelance basis to design all the critters. It was like Jack Kirby on acid.
Yes, it is like that.
True. Jack Kirby is already on acid. So,
Jack Kirby on acid. On acid,
yeah. All the drawings, we have all the designs. Dan's had him in his closet or whatever where he keeps all these production artworks that he shares with us. But all the like giant pig and cow and praying mantises and all that stuff, we have designs to use for something. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Episode's second act was storyboarded by James Tucker. His original boards were going to have the missiles of Batman's catching net impale their wings to pin them to the bridge. Noted Bruce Timm, even though they're hideous, horrific monsters, broadcast standards and practices doesn't like us to hurt the critters too much. James Tucker has stated in this episode and The Ultimate Thrill, where his favorite that was the Roxy Rocket episode, where his favorite episodes of storyboard for, and credits the episode with helping to inform the tone of Batman the Brave and the Bold, which was a different Batman cartoon that he went on to do in the 2010s. That's very like Adam West as a cartoon, essentially.
Oh my God. That sounds
we could
amazing.
watch that someday. What did that? You caught immediately. I didn't think you would remember this, but the truck, the Farmer Brown truck in the Roxy Rocket episode. I know we just watched that, but
Jamie, you don't give me enough credit.
Like you don't remember shit sometimes.
I'm pretty awesome. I mean, I caught the Farmer Brown's eyes being yellow, and then eyes and teeth being yellow, and then eyes and teeth being white, and then eyes and teeth being
and then Bruce Wayne's eyes were blue, and then they weren't. Like,
yeah.
Okay, Brian. There's more.
Yeah. I'm amazing. Thank you for noticing.
He's polite. He looks at people in the eyes when he's talking to them.
Yeah, when Farmer Brown, why did he look? He broke the fourth wall. You mentioned
yes.
That.
What the fuck is that?
He just really suddenly.
That was weird.
Looney Tunes style, just leaned into the camera to say an evil thing and then leaned back out. And I didn't even notice he was looking at the camera, but you definitely like, why is he doing that? Like, what's the point?
It was really. There's a lot of weird in this episode. It does not feel like a Batman. It is more like. I mean, without the comedy, it's like Freakazoid minus comedy. It's just weird.
I thought nothing was funny.
No, I mean, it was hilarious, but like it wasn't I don't know. It was weird. It was so weird.
It makes more sense to me after whoever was saying it was meant to be like campy. That makes it make sense to me.
Yeah, like meant to be like Adam West.
But it's hard. Episode. How do you do camp animatedly?
Yeah.
It is tough, but they sort of pulled it off. I mean, in ways.
I mean, I think the first hint of that obviously was there already is a man spraying pesticide on the trees when the giant bugs show up. And Batman just goes like, well, I'll just use this, I guess. And he shoots the cum onto the praying mantises and then does nothing.
I'm sorry. If that's not cum, it was mayonnaise.
There's a lot of butt stuff in this episode. I'll just say.
Just, oh my God. I just want that image of Batgirl smiling in the truck as the background of my phone. Because it's like an unhinged, like she's kind of got like a
It was very similar to
smile.
Her first episode that we watched with Kimmy where when Robin shows up and she does a big like Woodrow face, like like she's like so excited to see him show up.
That was a Woodrow
burned
face.
in your brain. Yeah. Harvey Bullock derisively refers to Farmer Brown as Snuffy Smith of Barney, Google, and Snuffy Smith, an old newspaper comic strip. Jed Clampett from the Beverly Hillbillies, and to Emmy Lou Brown as Daisy May in reference to the comic Lil Abner. They're all very dated references.
I get Jed Clampett.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, same.
This was an interesting tidbit that I forgot. Dan had told us about this when we interviewed him about this episode years ago. But Peter Breck, the voice of Farmer Brown, was home in Canada when the episode was being produced. But his flight to the States to record was canceled due to the 1997 Canadian Airlines strike, leaving him to drive from Vancouver to Los Angeles. He had literally driven straight through without sleeping, recalled Bruce Timm. So I appreciated his attention to duty. And when we found out what he had done, we said, well, Peter, we're not letting you turn around to drive back to Vancouver. We're going to put you up in a hotel for the night.
Oh, that was nice of them.
That has to be a 16-hour drive. Let me check Google Maps real quick.
At least as long as every other weekend that you drove to film Fire Reality.
Yeah. No, it's further than that.
I love how he was so committed to this role that
I have to do this episode.
My internet's being soaked. Oh my God. My internet's being soaked by our video chat. Not in that way.
What?
So
pig slop and barbecue sauce and bug cum.
Now bug killing cum. Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
So with our modern highway standards that were would have been slightly different several
inflation
years ago.
from 1998.
First off, it's 1,278 miles.
God.
It is almost a 21-hour drive. That
Without
man
sleeping,
is a legend.
It makes Farmer Brown much more
respect, man.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Last couple things. Dan Reba received the script while working on The Ultimate Thrill, which led him to directing Darwin Cook as the storyboard artist to add Farmer Brown truck to that episode. So they were already working on this one. They're like, oh, we should put a little reference to him in the one we're working on right now. Last is when Farmer Brown's missile blows up, the resulting explosion is reused footage from the scene of the Superman the Animated Series episode World's Finest Part 3, in which 2 Wayne Lex T7 droids blow up after Batman electrocutes them. I always save that for last for Brian. There's always a reused explosion from some other episode in the episode for some reason. They can't make a new explosion. We made 3 explosions, and those are the explosions forever. Okay, things we do. Keen effects. Cool looking shit in the episode, essentially, John.
I actually liked when Batman got in the Farmer Brown truck and did the crazy U-turn.
Yeah.
I thought it was it portrayed really. It looked very actiony. It looked good.
the intensity of the moment. Although I do hate that whole scene is just going. Like it hurt my eyes to watch that bit. Like
imagine how he felt while driving that, going over that terrain
and fighting bugs and pigs and I don't know that there's anything that sticks out to me as incredibly.
To me, the reflection of Farmer Brown looking out on the window onto Gotham.
The reflection of the cow butt in the windshield.
That.
I guess the sunset in the final shot was kind of keen. The cock-a-doodle-doo.
Was it?
I don't know. There wasn't much visually.
The bug segments falling apart.
I guess the weird green blue juice inside their bodies that was crackling away.
That was weird.
I don't know. The designs of the bugs, I guess, were keen. I like those praying mantises. But
but it's not really like a fancy animation thing.
No, there wasn't really anything like that. I don't think. Yeah. I guess that I did like. It went by so fast, and there was so much else memorable of this episode that it's hard to. I didn't remember it happening, but when Batman notices the chickens pecking at the police blimp, he zooms toward them and fly. He's spinning in the air like a barrel roll, and then he zooms through the camera for a second. That was a keen shot.
He tapped Z twice and flew through the camera.
Yes. he broke the fourth wall too.
Oh yeah. I always assumed that critters referred to smaller animals.
Yeah, I assume it's called that because of the movie Critters, which are little goblin demon shits or whatever. But
that's a weird.
I don't know.
I don't know. That doesn't seem like a really good connection.
Maybe it's just because a Farmer Brown type phrase. creators.
He's
like
working
you would
on
call 'em
creators.
I don't think there was any CGI in this, so we don't get to do CGI or CG-nay. Batman's usefulness. Which song should I play for that one? I haven't done this one for a bit.
It's Batman's usefulness, baby boo. There you go.
We give him a rating 1 through 10, and we pick an object from the episode. Oh, God. I don't know. Batman didn't really do a lot of good in this. This is kind of the point of this segment is more based on like what would have changed if he wasn't even there.
Well, the missile would have hit Gotham City.
Yeah,
and everyone would have been eaten by the insects. That was very useful. Otherwise, you're right. He got his ass kicked by a farmer.
By a pitchfork man, who suddenly had like a King Triton laser shooting.
Yeah. With all these buttons on it.
Up a notch and
it's like one of them had a door opening and closing button. The other had the like missile launching button. Like, what the fuck is on this?
He just has, he accidentally presses the missile launch button when he means to press the door.
He's like, well, time to flush the toilet.
Yeah. Yeah, Batman, like, worldly trained ninja man couldn't hold his own against this guy.
Yeah, that was weird.
But you're right, John. He saved Gotham City from
and he killed like 6 bugs with one kick. That was pretty cool.
Never forget.
Shut down like whatever Independence Day aliens. You kill one of them and they all die or whatever. Yeah, I'll give him like a 6.7.
Okay.
Q sauces out of 10. Q blood types out of 10.
Yeah, I guess I would agree with like a 6. That seems appropriate. I don't have as much of a frame of reference as you guys do, considering you've watched more of the show recently.
We kind of just have a 0 is like he didn't do shit, and 10 is he saved the entire planet or galaxy or whatever, which he has done one time. I think he stopped Ra's al Ghul from like flooding the earth or something.
Okay.
So,
I mean, he did technically save the whole city of Gotham. Well, at least a significant portion. I think like the military would have stepped in and killed those bugs.
One bug and they all fall down.
Yeah, but they would have ended up killing quite a few people.
Yeah.
But yeah, 6 seems appropriate.
Now you got to give him a
6 out of 10 somethings.
Yeah,
6 out of 10
from the show.
I know sometimes it's hard.
Holy cows!
There you go.
Excellent.
They were praying mantises, holy cows. Very religious episode.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go a little bit lower. I'm gonna give him 5 darts almost to the eyeball out of 10.
Okay, good. Where's Clayface? Was he the pig slop?
He was the Q.
He's always somewhere in the episode. Yeah.
He was the Q.
Okay, he's all the barbecue sauce. Yeah, I was living in here. God damn it!
The donut was actually Clay.
Oh, fuck!
Harvey Bullock was eating Clayface. And I goat ate my Clayface. I'm not going to explain what this means to you because we don't even know what it means. But was this episode
books or hip hop?
Books.
Okay, I felt it was pretty hip hop to me, but that's just me.
I'm the tiebreaker here.
Yeah, sure. Well, it's always 50-50 when there's not a guess, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, he was a microbiologist. He read a lot of books.
Books.
Does he read? Does he know how to read? Okay.
I'm going to say books.
So we're not putting on the bottom 10. Are you putting on the top 10?
Absolutely not. But who
John,
is putting on the top 10?
I've watched with you guys.
Yeah, John,
it's my number 1 episode.
I was just going to ask what the guest has to do. And so, okay. John Freeman, we do.
We're giving guests the opportunity to put it anywhere on their top 10.
Yeah, you could put it at any number, but you've already chosen.
But I like that you chose
it's my number. I have no frame of reference in my recent memory, so it's number 1.
Other folks, Joe does know number 1, but he has 3, 4, 5, 27, and 50. So
I'm assuming I can move them around later if I.
Yes.
I mean, you can put stuff above or below. Yeah.
Can I go like a 0.5? Like, is that higher than 1? Okay.
Higher than 1 wouldn't be nothing. Yeah.
I would say that you can, if you get a new number 1, I would say it shoves it down.
I can demote it to 2.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's what we do.
But yeah, I'm also not putting on the top 10. I know that'll disappoint some people, but
again, it's
not No.
Yeah, it's
fans of farm animals and
yeah. Well, I mean, my number 10, you didn't like this episode, but my number 10 is the Etrigan, the demon, Clarion, the witch boy episode. And that was much more visually interesting at the very least than this. So that doesn't beat that at all.
Yeah.
But now we do the mail. We go to the mail. And then when we're done with the mail, we tell Brian the name of the next episode, and he tries to guess what it's about. No spoilers. John can see the name of the next episode.
That yacht had one small extra yacht, put it over.
We drop
what we drop.
Our weekly yachts.
Oh yeah, those.
Into the comment box.
First,
there sure was a lot.
Now Jamie's mad.
Too bad we're all.
At least I am.
Just Dylan Pollock.
What do you rate that song? What do you think about it?
What do I, out of what? 10?
Yeah, sure.
And I rate it a 10.
Good,
Hell
good
yeah.
Kimmy's listening, so you these, what do I say? If you want to reach out to us, like the fire hand at the end of World's Finest Part 3, you can send a short ass email, an email for your ass, or a 60-second, that cow's ass. 60-second voice message. Thank you. I tied it in. I'm so smart. Voice message to batwagonpod@gmail.com or leave a comment on today's episode on the Pod Tower YouTube channel. But please don't spoil anything past this episode for Brian. If he had critters spoiled for him before this, it wouldn't have been good. He wouldn't have enjoyed it.
Can you imagine?
I know. It would have sucked.
Although you did at the beginning say, Brian, I don't think you're ready for this episode.
I did say that, yeah.
And you were right.
I mean, I was. Yeah, I never know how it's gonna go. It's a complete hat. Like, what is it? Coin toss. Hat. What am I thinking?
Hat coin.
Hat trick. Hat coin. It's a complete hat coin. Whether you'll. Like people can predict all they want that you're gonna really hate something.
Were you
really
trying to say
something.
toss up?
Sure, I don't know, man.
I think he was. That makes sense.
Past that, it's over.
Coin toss kind of made sense.
It's just a pull a rabbit out of your hat of what Brian's going to think of the episode.
Pull a rabbit out of your coin and then toss it.
But yeah, this is comments and emails from last episode where there's smoke or solid nitrogen, which I went back to when I was getting the clip for the end of the podcast episode. It was liquid hydrogen in the tanks, not nitrogen. So we were like goofing on, liquid nitrogen isn't flammable. It wasn't even what it was.
Did it say hydrogen? Because I'm pretty sure it was like
hydro.
I could have sworn it was like NIT.
I know.
On the thing.
I think we somehow both saw nitrog, but it said hydrog.
Fuck. Fuck.
And then I looked up, is liquid hydrogen flammable?
Yes.
And it was like, it's the most flammable gas in the world. And I was like, fuck, okay. So we're just assholes. No one called us out on it, but I had to point that out.
Where were you, listener? Come on, Ryan.
Well, here's Dylan Pollock, Critters. Woo boy, have we got ourselves one mighty fine episode here, he says.
He says.
I didn't realize to do the accent till halfway through reading that sentence, but it's okay. Holy shit, this is taking a long time to load.
You say that every time.
It's taking so long this time. My God.
Dylan, compress shit. Send it in MP3.
Yeah, MP3, baby. Make it do.
It's time for the Thoughts of the Week from Dylan Pollock on Critters, or arguably the only So Bad It's Good episode of the DCAU.
Ooh, yeah.
Written by So Bad It's Great movie Bubba Hotep's Joe Lansdale. Mm-hmm. Also, people, you guys should watch that Joe Lansdale interview that the Watchtower Database did, because it was really interesting.
Thank you.
Am I the only one who now wants to see a Batman Starship Troopers spinoff or crossover or
you
whatever?
Mean Helldivers?
I kind of feel like that'd be cool, and I feel like Batman would be okay with killing bugs. That's not breaking any rules.
No.
You know what does break rules, though, and that's not how that works? Watching Farmer Brown cock a pitchfork, which cracked me up, and I could not believe was a thing. Anyway, I guess I'll just say this episode has been one fine howdy do. And now let's say howdy do to the question of the week. James' favorite part.
That's my favorite part.
Who is Batman's smartest villain? Mr. Freeze, Farmer Brown, Poison Ivy? They're all coming up with some serious stuff, but Farmer Brown is making DNA modifications look easy.
I like how Riddler wasn't among those options, but
well, he should have been. DNA modifications or steroids, Dylan?
Yeah.
We just put steroids in it. We don't even do any sort of math or anything. We just inject steroids.
That's why the FDA was like, no, you can't do this.
Yeah. I mean, those chicken pterodactyls kind of had like testicles on their chins, like little
Those are just vultures with warts, man.
You've seen them. Yeah, I don't know what the answer.
Probably poison ivy. She made like plant people.
I guess that's, yeah, she like created life. She didn't just enhance life or whatever.
Yeah.
Or de-hance. Whatever you want to refer to what Farmer Brown did.
I want one of those old like sci-fi movies where they're like checking on like the security footage and doing like enhance. But I want something to be too sharp. And they're like, de-hance. De-hance.
Zoom out. Make it smaller. De-hance.
It was just that cow's butthole. They're like, no, de-hance.
No. This is from Hex Lex. This took me more takes than I care to admit. Oh boy.
Boy, howdy, Yoppie dudes. I do declare that as a native of that there state of Nebraska, this here Farmer Brown character seems to have appealed to my inner sensibilities in this episode of Batman, if you catch my meaning. Well, sure, the old boy was fixing to send them folks up in Gotham skedaddling from his army of super-sized mantises, but if them city folk hadn't been running around like chickens with them heads cut off at the sight of that there super cow, maybe the old cowpoke wouldn't have had such a hankering for revenge. I mean, shoo, just like how strong that there daughter of his is. Now them's a girl who eats her vittles. Well, I best be saddling up. We'll see you boys next week. God willing, and the creek don't rise.
What the fuck did Farmer Brown say where he's like, there's 2 rules in life. Check your shoes for cow shit and check your money or whatever. I was like, what are you talking about?
Also, wasn't that like a Louisiana accent?
I'm sorry. I don't know. Eric LeBeau, critters or animals rock and Batman don't.
All right, time to watch this. Rock, what the fuck are you doing with my microphone? You can't send a voice message, especially one where you say any of that. You're gonna get the episode demonetized. Oh, wait, they can't understand you. Right? James, Brian?
No.
What do you mean, the rise of the beasts? You're not an animal, you're human. Yeah, you seriously didn't think... Never mind, I just remembered who I'm asking this question to. Look, I gotta record my voice message for the podcast. Can you just, I don't know, go help my dad with his motorcycle?
I threw a rock at him.
Why would you do that? Get out it! No, Croc, don't send that voice message. At least let me tell him to keep calm and yop on. Croc!
I like this recurring joke of Killer Croc only being able to say rock. Just cut really awkwardly out of sentences.
It's beautiful. It's art.
John's not going to get like any of the returning characters that are in these things, but that's okay. He's a representative of someone listening to this episode for their first episode of the podcast. Hi out there, if you're doing that. This is from LexCorp Cares. Lex, it's what's for dinner.
Oh boy.
Glorious day to you, brisket and jerky. And John, you probably haven't noticed, but things have been a little suboptimal for maximum profit here at LexCorp. But all that's turning around with our recent acquisition sent from the new LexCorn. 1 kernel of deadly poison, 1 kernel of the antidote. Do you have the luck of the shuck? Try it today.
Hey, we bought them. We bought the patents. We bought the patents to everything. We got it all. Do you know how cheap it was? We got the cows. We got the praying mantises. We got the pigs. We even got the goat itself, the real goat. He's in the mailroom. He's issuing ransoms. He only says the one thing about bringing the bills and not bringing Batman there. So maybe his life's purpose is over now. That's terrifying to think about. But he's ours now. We bought him. We bought the patents to all of the animals. They were cheap as shit, man. 80-pound Lex steaks at every table across America coming to a home near you. Oh my God, we're gonna beef up some dogs, maybe? Who wants a really yoked cat? We do. We're gonna make a yoked cat. If you ever want to hit the gym, I've got some great roids for you to try now. I can lift a mid-sized sedan. Holy shit, we are so fucking back, baby. Hell yeah.
LexCorp's like rise and fall here.
The steroids really go to your brain there.
I like we've had so many episodes where like a mad scientist will make a man bat or a cat person or a werewolf or whatever, and they're always like some sort of movie monster. And then this episode was like everything's big and falling apart. everything's flaking away and large.
Oh, it sounds like my life.
It's another subtitle contender. Everything's big and falling apart. This is from Leggy Wrinkles.
Yeah.
Yopton's log number 96.
Yopton's log number 96. my eyes opened up to find myself in a glass container surrounded by a gaggle of robo-bims that were piping the room full of Eggy Wrinkle's special gas. My vision was left blurry and my mind hazy as the gas impaired me. I'm not entirely sure what happened next, but the next moment of lucidity I had me awaken up on the back of a six-legged space rhino. We were back in the Arctic, leaving the smoldering remains of a large space vessel, and I was tailed by an army of odd extraterrestrial animals. I found a How to Raise Your Space Zoo guide on the back of the rhino as we traveled to the Yoppie Fortress to set up an Arctic zoo, and I came across a bulletin. It seems the top Yops are meeting up to watch World's Finest in person. Gee, I hope I can make it on time.
This is 2 minutes and 35 seconds, and I think that's where is that where the voice ends? It's just, I think he accidentally exported the full length, shipped background noise .mp3 or whatever. So I'm just gonna let the wind and rain play while we discuss. Yeah, that guy's been going through the whole podcast and leaving whatever chunk of episodes he just listened to recaps as if he's like a pirate ship captain that's sailing through the podcast episodes. It's been good.
It's amazing, and it's really hard to remember every
when he brings up because he'll bring up some inside joke that we did that we don't remember, but then he'll frame it in a pirate way that makes it even further from what we said. We're just like, oh, what does that one mean? Oh God! But it's enjoyable. We like it. We just leave it. Okay, I'm done listening to the sound effect. Tipped Apricot, Contemplations on Critters.
Okay, Contemplations on Critters, and apparently this is going to be a controversial one, because unlike probably a good chunk of the listener, I also don't like this one. I'm assuming Brian didn't like it. Did it make the bottom 10? James, did you allow him to do that? I don't know. It was just too weird and not really engaging, and although it's pure ridiculousness, it sort of didn't seem to take itself that funny, and so I didn't laugh at any point, and it wasn't so bad it's good to me. It was just sort of confusing and weird and kind of boring, honestly. I don't feel like that much actually happened. The animal designs were gross and creepy, and I liked the musical stings with the harmonica and the banjo or whatever. I also think it's probably kind of offensive to people who live on farms, because they're okay, we gotta put in every stereotype. He's gotta sit on the porch and he's gotta immediately spit right afterwards. But yeah, I don't know. Ryan, you're wrong. It's not a good episode.
Yeah, Ryan Hip was defending this hardcore in the Discord. I would say a lot happened in this episode. Almost way more than a normal episode. But I do wonder if it would be more widely accepted if it purposely was leaned into being funny and weird. It does take itself seriously, but I think that's what makes it funny to me, is that it's why are they not acknowledging how ridiculous this is or whatever, they kind of do with the goat, and that's about it. They're just, Batman's very angrily in the Batcave going this is something's bad's about to happen. I just fought a big bug.
I pulled off its arms and all the other bugs died. What happened?
They just fell apart. It was fine. That was normally what happens.
My eyes are blue, and then they're black, and they're blue again.
Yeah. Farmer Brown's eyes were yellow for most of the episode, but not the whole episode. Kyle says, Critters. James and Brother Broderick, we have finally reached Critters. It's an episode that many may have been anticipating for years.
I have been dreading this episode for years. I hate Critters. It is zany to the nth degree. This episode makes a lot of sense in the animated Adam West world, with Robin going, "Gee willikers, Batman, look at those giant insectoids!" And then Batman responding, "Robin, fetch my insect repellent." It's just absolutely ridiculous, and the pacing for one is all over the place. Some fun antics to see bugs getting killed, but other than that, man, this episode really sucks. I'm hoping it's on the bottom 10 because
it's not.
I guess some people could find some fun in it, but I don't at all. And it's been too long. I have to address the elephant in the room. The reason that Banana Baby said Kyle is because Banana Man is not the Banana Baby's father. I am.
Very high quality dun 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 sting there. Can you direct me to where you found that?
Speaking of elephant in the room, imagine if Farmer Brown made
an elephant. Yeah, I thought that too as soon as you said
that'd be crazy.
Kyle,
I understand people hating it, but yeah.
What do your children think about the fact that they have a new sibling that's a banana?
Oh yeah. Does it have your face like your other children that we've seen? It's a banana with Kyle's face on it.
Ooh, hell yeah. Get that tattooed.
Well, Namananab, Banana Man backwards, says KO, so that's nice.
Okay.
Banana Man hasn't been saying okay like he always does. This time Banana Man says, ah!
What?
I don't know if that's a cry for help. We asked if...
What does it mean, Banana Man?
70, 80 episodes, Banana Man has exclusively commented okay. But yeah, the last several episodes he's said something else, and we don't know what's going on.
I really do need him written down because...
Yeah. Well, anyway, Euphonium Star Damage Report. This is everything that was damaged in the last episode, the Volcano episode. Camera film, doorknob, 3 bulkheads, walls, pier, ship windows, 3 tires, display case, 2 cars covered walkway, building facade, wall, G40 blue laser. That was that gun that the guy said, like, this was designed to be super effective.
Oh, yeah,
and Superman instantly crushes it. Window, lab ceiling, lab floor, big machine, containment machine, railing, liquid hydrogen tanks. Okay, so see, you got it. Juan Pedro, please everyone collectively comment that Critters is your favorite episode and that you would be deeply offended if Brian doesn't like it. I don't know if anyone followed those directions. Banana Man Bat says squaw.
What
Translation.
the fuck?
Well, since I've been outed, I'll make myself known. Swoops down and grabs Banana Man and flies away. Squaw. Oh, that's why he says.
No!
Oh God!
Oh, what?
There's a story here. The Banana Baby said "goo goo gaga." Translation. Until last episode, it's been a Kyle since I've commented. This episode was one of the first I ever caught on TV, and always puts a Kyle on my face. Also, the fuck is happening to my dad? Hope he's okay, Kyle. Yeah, I hope so too, but apparently not, because there's even a Banana Man Bat like profile picture avatar, which it looks to be the official Man Bat model sheet, but with the banana split through the middle. Hey, so I guess we're moving past that, and we'll find out what happens.
I'm gonna go subscribe to Banana Man Bat.
Yeah, okay, good. Your favorite character, favorite episode. Would it On Leather Wings have been better if it was a banana instead of a giant bat man? Would you have liked it more?
No.
Okay. Super Beetle says, howdy, Jimmy Olsen, the photographer, and Brain, the robot husband, not the white mouse. It's time for the one and only Critters, or yoked cows will be the death of us all. This is widely considered the worst, but no, it's not. But I had fun this time. I wake up happy every morning knowing that bus-sized praying mantises can't come get me because I'm not an Aussie. I can't wait to see if the fine voices of Big Bus noticed before the mail time segment that Bullock is the only one to interact with the talking goat. Strange that the goat never says anything about a Hydra's back. Anyway, hang in there, brethren Broderick. The rest of TNBA should be fine. No promises. And let's hope little AA Ron keeps all on schedule till next week. Peace. Thanks.
I can't find
he's been fine.
Banana Man Bat.
Banana Man Bat. It's at banana_man-bat.
Oh, it's not even coming up as a profile. What the hell?
I don't know, man. This isn't important.
But go on.
Whatever you're doing.
Shut up, man.
This is from True Score. Critters or Jeepers Scoob, the horniness is even creepier. Yeah, the last several episodes that we've watched have had like the horny dial turned way up. I didn't get much of that from this, but I guess maybe the daddy.
It was just
comments,
the daddy, her walking away and showing her like short shorts.
Yeah.
The cow's butthole.
The gratuitous booty shot.
I just realized
the cow,
Robin saying "holy cow." Did he mean
but holy cow?
The cow's hole?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
He called it early. He knew.
He's like, I got to see.
We're gonna put a truck in there.
It was obvious. It was hanging out.
There's a lot of trucks going into holes.
Yes. True Score says Jom and Brom and other Jom. Batman the Horny continues. We're finally to Critters, possibly one of the biggest memes of an episode in all the DCAU. Oh Lord. Here's what was said. So he watches the episode with like roommates or girlfriend or whatever and then writes down what they said as they were watching it. It's finally time for Critters. This is a big moment. Oh, look, it's a ghast from Minecraft. That cow just shrunk down by like 20 times in one frame. Yeah, I did notice when they threw the curtain, it was suddenly small. Thank God that pest poison was there. Gotham would have been doomed. Not the ass shot from the daughter, bruh. The most random episode of all time. OMG, Robin has returned after 3 months. Yeah, we have had not like any Robin episodes in quite a while. I love how the Batmobile slammed into the wall and made a circular hole. So is Robin's cape Velcro? He just ripped it off and put it right back on. Yeah, he did. Okay, after these one-liners, Robin, you can go away for another 3 months. All the Bat people in shadow was keen as hell. Yeah, I guess when they're standing there talking when they're waiting on Harvey Bullock to fight to go to the boat. That was
We did also get the black, like all black profile of the, air quotes chickens on the rooftop.
Yeah, on the roof.
But you could see through their eyes.
Oh yeah, through to the background.
Yeah, like the eye shape was cut out,
stenciled
so
out.
See,
I didn't notice that. They have transparent eyes to show their blue money. I think there was
the dumbest joke.
That's not. Yeah, it's so stupid. I mean, it's this episode. That did remind me. Talking about that shot is that whole little sequence of them like creeping up on the blimp and the blimp pilots being like, "Whoa, what's going on?" or whatever. Had no music. Yeah, and then it burst through their windshield. But yeah, it had no music at all. And I was like, oh, this is kind of like effectively creepy. Like if the designs of the chicken pterodactyls were less like goofy or whatever, it would be more like, holy shit, like dinosaurs are coming to kill these guys or whatever. But then, yeah, as soon as it bursts through the windshield and it's just like a big child's drawing of a chicken or whatever.
It bursts through the windshield, it freeze frames, and then you get the bum 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 yeah.
Oh, everything's fine. Yeah. I feel like that could have happened a few times in this episode.
Yeah. There, the bull and the smiling face.
Yeah. Because totally healthy Harvey Bullock is going to swim the same speed as a boat and hold on for miles without breaking his foot.
It's all the donuts.
Batman's usefulness is a 1 for this episode. He trained for years, can't take down a farmer with a pitchfork. Until the silo takes off, it's actually a rocket, Bat, folks. When he said silo, my first thought was like a rocket, not a silo of like a grain silo. And then he's like, it's actually a rocket. And I'm like, I know. Never mind.
I didn't have that experience. Did you know what that...
Yeah. Shit, they flew off that boat. Goddamn, Farmer Brown is dead. Oh, wait, they're completely fine. Never mind. Till next time, Brody. Sent for my giant flying dildo rocket. Wait, didn't we do a giant flying dildo rocket like 2 weeks ago? Why are we here again? Silly Farmer Brown in his silo. I had that same thought as it was exiting the like hole. It's just a big... Well, it looks like a giant Johnson.
Yeah, I was waiting for it to cut to Austin Powers as well.
Yeah.
Turns out microbiology is like rocket science.
He knows one thing, and it's how to do both of those things. It was actually just a toy rocket, and he put steroids in it. It became a big rocket. That's all he knows how to do.
Wow, he's just like, man, I worked with this cow, and then with these chickens, and he looks over at his toy rocket. Wait just a minute.
This gives me an idea. Keen Machine. Greetings. My voice message is attached. How's that for a brief email? I love it. That's perfect.
Greetings, Brother Brick and J. Matthew.
And John.
Long time no hear. I did not write in last week because I genuinely did not remember this episode and I didn't have time to watch it before I needed to get the mail in. So I kind of was living my best Brian life by watching this and having no idea what was going to happen. So yeah, Cult of the Cat was fine. I agree with Ashley Tutchin that just a lot of the Catwoman episodes are not written very interestingly, which is unfortunate because she's a neat character. But yeah, I don't know. They're just not very interesting episodes. I do love the redesign though, and it makes me sad that people don't like the redesign. Listen, you're entitled to your opinion, but I think the all black sleek look is cool.
Keen. I meant to say Keen. Oh god, that's gonna ruin my branding. Note to self, cut this out and fix.
As for Critters, I don't get it. I don't get why people like this. I'm sorry. I know it's like a cult favorite. Is it part of the joke? Like, is it a joke that people like it? Is it like The Room? Like it's so bad that it's good? I don't know. I don't like it. Keep it keen.
Well, it's my number one, so.
Yeah. Try again. Watch it again.
Thank you, Keen.
Okay, this is from the unknown, who did leave us a cheat sheet in the Discord as requested.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay.
So this is a person who has been essentially playing a game of Clue with us, that we are trying to guess who has been kidnapped, where they're being held, and why they've been kidnapped. And we've had to narrow it down based on like, oh, is it a girl? Do they have a cape? Do they have a hat? Blah blah blah. And then he tells us yes or no the next time. Okay, but I'll play the voice message and then we'll
that worked.
Use this. Yeah. Oh, it's a different sound.
Welcome back, Yappers. You're right, James. I didn't send a list. Even a malevolent, mind-altering, voice-edited being like myself has a busy life. But wait, don't shoot. This isn't a Disney movie about a deer that no one cares about. Our deal is still on the table. I will get the information to you guys, and once you have it, you will have 2 episodes to figure things out. I hope this has been just about as much as an annoyance as I had hoped it would be. It'll all be over soon. Till next time.
Condiment King. No. Okay, so there's no new clues, I guess, but we can go off of this list. So I think in bold is the stuff we want. They don't wear a hat. They are a woman. And we correctly guessed, or I did eventually, that it was the Joker's Wild Casino is where they're being held. So John can help with this if he wants, if he has any ideas. It's a woman that does not wear a hat or a cape. It's not Summer Gleason, Barbara Gordon, Stompa, Red Clawed, Lois Lane, Baby Doll, or Catwoman. Is there any other information? No. We're not like given much to go off of here.
Okay,
so
wait.
What's a lady?
Let's see.
I still don't know what the last clue.
No cap.
No cap.
No hat.
We're
no cape.
Gen Z. Last time a clue was they said they were thinking too small, and they emphasized small like that. But then when I said, "Oh, they must be big," they're like, "That's not what I said." I was like, "What?" And I said that was Riddler talk for a big thing. So I don't know what what that's actually supposed to mean. If not, it's Emmy Lou Brown.
The
Joker's Wild Casino.
It would have had to have been someone earlier.
Oh yeah, it was within the first 100 episodes of the podcast. That didn't help at all, though. That's a lot of people.
Well, it's like we know it's not Talia. So
do we?
Or sorry, I was just reading names.
Oh, okay. I know it's
Talia doesn't wear a hat or a cape.
Yeah, I don't think we guessed Talia. We'll guess Talia. That's Ra's al Ghul's daughter.
We also didn't guess
Daddy.
Poison Ivy, did we?
We did, I think. I think you did last time.
Oh, shit.
But he didn't confirm whether or not. I don't know, man. You're right that it's annoying. This is from Ryan Hipp. Our guesses are Emmy Lou Brown and Talia.
Is there anything? Don't guess Emmy Lou Brown.
Why?
Guess a guess that it could be.
It fits the criteria.
Not seen in the first 100 episodes of the podcast.
No, Talia was in the first 100 episodes.
But Emmy Lou's not.
I can't guess. You're right.
Is there a scale thing that we can use?
I don't care.
Is it old woman?
Was it woman falling down the stairs in Time Out of Joy? Was that the first 100 episodes? Yeah, it must have
Woman
been.
at fire?
Woman. That was in this episode. I'll do woman falling down the stairs in Time Out of Joint for 200. Alex Trebek. Ryan Hipp. Tim Drake versus John Cena. Dawn of Bulstus. I can't believe Batman would just behead Zorak like that. Snazzy belt a urn. Hashtag.
Marvel's Superhero Island was originally supposed to be a DC land. Look it up. Warner Brothers stay losing. It's a special, 25 years of Islands of Adventure edition of this, and it's everybody's favorite, the greatest event in television history. And I don't know what else there is to say about it. It's stupid and ridiculous and massively dumb and amazing and brilliant and glorious. And if you don't like it, you don't deserve rights. I want the alternate cut where there's a slide whistle after basically half the dialogue, and Pitchfork to the Cape. Add that to the list. I want you guys to discuss that. What's with the kids to be Batman and always having embarrassing cape stuff happening? It keeps happening. Why? Okay, they're closing the park now, so bye.
What a wonderful listening experience for
Enjoy Florida,
background.
where you live.
Kevin Delacre, hey, Jimmy Carter's 100th birthday and Brie Larson's 35th birthday. God, I love this episode. It's so stupid. Foghorn Leghorn makes a big cow, and then a judge was like, this cow is too big, so he had to turn to a mutant animal-based crime. Why not? I think my only real criticism is that the anti-factory farming message is not very well set up. Like if the argument is that genetically modifying livestock is unethical, the cow getting loose and some unnamed judge passing sentence doesn't really explore that. And the rest of the episode is all action. I feel like a quick line from Bruce or Gordon where they realize the mutant cow is lashing out because it's in constant pain due to Brown's experiments would have covered their bases better. But then again, that might make us feel bad for the critters when most of the episode is Batman beating the shit out of them. So it's not a perfect situation either way.
Also, was that a point trying to be made, you think?
I don't know. I mean, maybe at the very tip top, but I've already forgotten.
I feel like they easily could have, but they didn't really.
There wasn't enough time. They needed to do big. Dan does a great job with the action as always. I love how massive the scale is. I love that the mad scientist is a Mennonite farmer. It's so specific and contradictory that it becomes super memorable, like the Gravity Falls hillbilly character McGucket, but played completely straight. The music is really on point. I love Farmer Brown's demented string motif. All good stuff. Best, Kevin. Yeah, someone else mentioned that. The music being very creepy was good. The like violin banjo shit. Every time that you see him, like, oh my goodness.
It is really reminiscent of there's a DLC from Borderlands 3 that's like an Old West theme. And the music is very similar. Very, very kind of think it must have been inspired from it.
Yeah.
Similar.
I think that music plays when the goat walks into the like fiddle type gross fiddle. Ulrich riddle me this for critters.
Riddle me this, what's strong and big and grows up real nice? It's Farmer Brown's critters, what he cultured and spliced. It's 100% grade A strange, no filler. I was skeptical to rewatch, but this one's all killer. It's a weird one and it might not be purty, but I think it's wild in the vein of old King Kirby. Some folks don't like this caper. They wanted mobsters on weekdays at Forn, but instead we got talking goats and giant bugs early on a 90s Saturday morn. Yes, among some fans, this episode's in dispute, but have you seen them big chickens? And how about that Emmy Lou? Some of us on Discord, she made us say, you! But we best behave lest we wind up in snoo. Lansdale spun this tale about which we wail in voice and email, this tale that some of us hail and for others fails. But the haters are no avail. For me, this episode prevails. It's no third rail, and I've only got a minute, so no more details. Whether this goes on the bottom 10 or the top, I think we'll always talk about this one whenever we yawp.
Wow.
That's true. I think it will be memorable for a while.
Also, your Letterkenny is showing, but...
yeah, it's pretty... It just reminds me of a straight face sitting in a chair telling that to somebody. Yeah. The whole thing. Last couple we've got... There's a pronunciation for the name. I said Zenode last time, but they wrote KSEN Node, which is either, I assume, Sen, but I don't know why you would put the K to help with the pronunciation. Kasen Node. I'm going to say Sen Node. Hello, Samurai James and Johnny Bryan. After 2 weeks, I'm finally caught up to the pod to celebrate. Oh, okay. To celebrate, instead of one review, let's do a lightning round of reviews for every episode watched between my first email and this one. They're all like half a sentence.
Wow.
Sub-Zero. B-Test, the point-and-click PC game with stunning 3D graphics. Mean Seasons, you somehow made Calendar Man lamer. Little Girl Lost, teen life is so fun, oh god hell world. The Demon Within, Etrigan's mortal arch-nemesis, a prepubescent boy. Over the Edge, Barb somehow knew Bane switched to BDSM even in her dreams. Torch Song, Batman vs. the Unabomber featuring Cassidy as unwanted vocals. Love is a Crock, how to ruin two characters with one big rock. The Ultimate Thrill, the most Paul Dini-est Dini girl to ever Paul Dini. Cult of the Cat, I like to think the immortal cult was Ra's al Ghul's pet project. Oh, pet is underlined, you see, because cats. Yeah. Where There's Smoke, the Deep State is real and they're fans of X-Men. And Critters, a weirdo season 1 B-Test episode mixed with giant bug movies from the 50s. Very true. Currently suffering from post-binge withdrawal, Senode. And last we got Mark Aquino. Critters, or Batman v Livestock Dawn of Vegetarianism, or Giant Bugs Give Zero Fucks, Or if this isn't the episode that makes Brian rage quit the podcast, and I don't know what will. I've been waiting for this one. All the episodes of TMBA that are on the docket. This one is what I've been looking forward to, and not for the right reasons either. Friends, I'm not going to mince words here. This episode is dumb, and I mean dumber than a box of hair. And yet, as Farmer Brown would say, I had myself a good old time with this, and the word ridiculous doesn't even cover it. Giant bugs, freakish buzzards, Robin's bad puns, a literal giant bull runs into a china shop for Christ's sake. They knew what they were doing, and don't even get me started on the talking goat. Looking at the backdrop of Farmer Brown's farm, I was like, so I guess they live in Andy's room from Toy Story.
Nice, Mark. Nice.
It would have been funny if the fake money was they got was the same fake money Joker had in Joker's Millions. Also, apparently the giant mantises operate under T-Rex from Jurassic Park logic, or if you don't move, it won't see you. Sure, why not?
Mark was in the room with us.
Mark was the Dylan this time, just guessing everything we said. I know I say that a lot, but I'm curious about which episodes Brian will end up liking or disliking. This one was what I will be dying to know his reaction to. Bullock gets a lot of screen time in this one, so he's got to like it for that at least.
I sure do.
I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for this, but after having just rewatched it for the first time in a while, this is going on my top 5 list for TNBA. It knows exactly what kind of episode it is. It has a lot of fun with the premise. It's stupid, but it's my kind of stupid. Boss biggest bear hugs to the #1 podcast host in this here multiverse of ours, Julia Roberts, and bullshit. Get it? Because there's a big bull in this episode. I'm always so good at these. I guess you get to be bullshit, and I get to be Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a divide.
I love it. What do you mean? I mean, just because you're not as cool as me, or what?
Yeah, I want to be bullshit, but I'll never be.
Yeah, I know.
Praise to our Lord and Savior Dylan Pollock. Keep up the great work on your own podcast. Remember to tell Gab that she rules. And likewise to all his loyal disciples, all the names that I never read except when I do sometimes. All the awesome sauce listeners of this Yoppie community of ours, you're all the absolute best. Don't you ever forget that. Gibbity glug, Batman fought a big bug. This story was brainless and yet quite painless. If you read this, you deserve a hug. I did read it. Where is my hug?
John, get
Till
him.
next week's smoke bomb. No. I'm going to be blown out by a big old whoosh because I just flew away, baby. That's the podcast.
Wow. The end.
It just cuts off there. Okay, Brian, the next episode is called Animal Act. What do you think it's about? Right after we watch this fucking episode. I promise it's not actually related to this except for Batman.
So it's a Batman episode.
Oh shit, I gave it away. Whoops,
I was gonna guess Superman.
Oh, too bad. You can't because I ruined it for you.
I love that.
Yeah, Animal
Act.
Mm-hmm. I was curious if this was a phrase in, like, if I said that phrase and you instantly went, oh, it's this, then it would confirm my suspicions about what that might be referring to. But it was related to things that you used to do.
Oh, like animal care?
No, like
oh, like circus stuff.
Like circus.
I never did like 3 rings, so I don't know. There might be some terminology there that I don't know.
It's adjacent.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, are we gonna have a return of like Nightwing in the circus?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah!
What's happening though? What's the bad shit they gotta fight?
Farmer Brown busted out of jail, and he made the big elephants that John was afraid of.
Yeah, there you go. Either you got 10 to 20, or next episode. Just an immediate sequel to this episode. I'll say it's a villain that we've had before, but not yet in this show as a like
Red Claw
main villain. No.
Fuck.
What's a like, I don't know, main core Rogues Gallery Batman villain that we haven't had yet in this redesign shit?
Who haven't we had?
He has big teeth.
Wait, Jarvis?
Yeah, Jervis Tetch, the Mad Hatter. Yeah.
Oh no.
Right on the back of Critters, you have to do a Mad Hatter circus episode.
I don't know if I'm excited about that one. They've kind of okay.
Brian has hated Mad Hatter from the start.
Oh.
So.
Yeah.
We had, in fact, the Joe Lansdale Perchance to Dream episode was really good until it was revealed that Mad Hatter was the bad guy.
Yeah,
So
that last like 10
really
seconds.
Upset about that. Yeah.
The only thing I'm hoping with the redesign, it is nothing but teeth. Like it's just like teeth, and you see
Just
like, a little
floating
bit of
teeth.
like feet, like kind of shuffling around underneath them.
Oh,
that'd make me happy.
You know, you actually have seen him. He was in Batgirl's Dream on a couch in a talk show.
Oh yeah,
he was next to Harley Quinn, going like, "Oh, the things we'll do."
You're right.
Bad
You're
guys.
right. So she's dreaming all
That's
the
what he said.
bad guys redesigns.
Yeah, she knew Riddler and Mad Hatter and Bane's redesigns before we did.
Weird. Cool. Well,
are you looking forward to that? Okay, we have 12 episodes of Superman left, 8 episodes of Batman left. That's a way too low of a number. And 11 episodes of the podcast till we start another new show. Are you excited?
Still no.
Oh, okay. I keep asking you that.
You do.
You should be, but you won't.
I'm gonna give you a different answer
and
each
it's
time.
Okay. Yes, maybe. I'm excited for the circus with a big teeth man. Just a bunch of teeth.
Oh, do we have the subtitle for the next episode already?
Circus with big teeth man. Well, thanks, John, for John.
Thank you guys
for joining today.
This was fun.
Yeah.
Dude, thanks.
Are you glad that you got to talk about Critters as your inaugural guesting?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Good.
Are you gonna do you have any episodes? Don't tell me, but do you have any episodes that you can remember that you would like to be on?
That you are somehow aware that we've not already watched.
Oh yeah, I have no idea to know which ones you've already watched.
Well,
There are episodes that I remember that it would be fun to talk about, but yeah.
when I to get John on this, we were out for drinks like a week or something ago, and I said, like, oh, if you want to, you should come on the podcast. Here's the upcoming choices. You want to be on an episode where Superman fights a fire lady, or where Batman fights steroid-enhanced farm animals? And he was like,
those choices. How could you say no?
Yeah,
This is iconic for sure.
That's the right word. Yeah, iconic. We don't know what it means, but we don't know exactly what we're referring to.
Do with that what you will.
Okay. Everyone go away who's listening to this. Stop listening now. Don't listen to the end of it with pertinent information about how to support us or anything. Just leave.
Yeah, bye.
Let that be the last thing. Just say bad. Batman.
No.
It's pretty, ain't it, Daddy?
That it is, Pumpkin. Dag nabbit!
Now that's purty.
Well, today's certainly been one fine howdy-do.
Don't sweat it, Pops. It's only 10 to 20. And maybe we can find you and Daisy May a nice prison farm.
Jump on the Bat-Wagon is hosted by the Watchtower Database. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for DC Animated Universe videos on a regular basis. This podcast is edited and produced by yours truly, James Strecker. Musical themes by Kimmy, Cooney Phoenix, Viltsu, Eric LeBeau, Jordan Blumen, my mother, and of course, my smooth co-host, Brian, brother Broderick Meneely. To buy us a Yoppie beverage and hear your name read in a future episode, or to nab yourself a Yoppie Dude t-shirt, please visit the links in today's show notes. Thank you for supporting the show. You can hear more on today's DCAU episode by checking out our friends over on the DCAU Review and Tim Talk podcasts. Please leave us a 5-star review on your app of choice. You'll damn well hear it read on the show. If you'd like to reach out to us like the fire hand at the end of World's Finest Part 3, you can email batwagonpod@gmail.com or leave a comment on the Pod Tower. New episodes of Jump on the Bat-Wagon are released Fridays on all your favorite podcast feeds and watchtowerdatabase.com. And we'll see you next episode, same PP time, same poo-poo channel.